The old Victorian house stood on a hill overlooking the town. A sense of sadness hung over the place. The couple, John and Mary, were excited to start their new life in the house. They thought it was the perfect place to raise a family. John was a writer and Mary was a painter. They fell in love with the house's charm and hoped it would inspire their work. As they started to unpack, they felt a chill in the air. The house was filled with strange noises. Floorboards creaked and whispers seemed to come from the walls. John dismissed it as an old house settling. Mary felt uneasy, but she trusted John. One evening, while exploring the attic, John stumbled upon a locked door. He was curious. He wanted to know what was behind it. Mary had a bad feeling about it. She asked John to leave it alone. The locked door became an obsession for John. He tried every key he could find. None of them worked. He spent hours staring at the door, wondering what secrets lay beyond it. Mary pleaded with him to forget about it. She told him it was dangerous, but her words fell on deaf ears. One day, John decided to break down the door. He couldn't take the suspense any longer. He smashed the doorknob with a hammer. The door swung open with a groan, revealing a dark and dusty room. The air was thick with the scent of decay. The room was untouched by time. Furniture was perfectly preserved as if frozen in time. There was a small bed in the corner, covered in cobwebs. A rocking horse stood by the window, its painted eyes staring blankly. John stepped inside. He felt a cold hand grip his heart. He called out for Mary. His voice echoed in the silence. Dust swirled around his feet as he moved deeper into the room. He noticed a doll lying on the floor. It looked eerily lifelike. John picked up the doll. It was cold to the touch. It felt heavy in his hands. He turned it over and saw its eyes snap open. They were filled with a cold, malevolent stare. John dropped the doll in horror. He stumbled back, bumping into a small table. A photo frame fell to the floor, its glass shattering. John picked up the picture. It showed a young family. They were smiling and waving. They looked so happy. John felt a chill run down his spine. He recognized the family from a missing persons report he had seen in the local library a few days ago. Section 4. Whispers from the Void. John ran out of the room, calling for Mary. He found her downstairs, her face pale with worry. He told her about the doll and the picture. He told her about the family in the photo. Mary listened patiently. They went back to the attic together. They searched the room for clues. They found old journals, toys, and clothes. Each object whispered a story of the family that vanished without a trace. Mary found a child's diary. The last entry sent shivers down her spine. It read, "They're here. The shadows. They're coming for us." As they read the diary, the house began to shake. The temperature dropped. Whispers filled the air, growing louder and louder. John and Mary felt a presence in the room with them, something dark and sinister. Section 5. The twist. It was all staged. Suddenly, the lights flickered back on. Standing in the doorway was a group of people. John and Mary stared at them in confusion. A man with a clipboard stepped forward. "Congratulations, you've just experienced the most immersive escape room experience in the world," he announced, beaming. John and Mary were stunned. Escape room? It was all an elaborate setup? The man explained that the house was a popular tourist attraction, known for its realistic horror experiences. John and Mary had been so caught up in the story that they'd forgotten they were part of a game. As they left the house, they couldn't help but laugh. It had been terrifyingly convincing. They decided to come back for another experience soon.